Hey everyone!
Imagine this. You're in the middle of a conversation, maybe enjoying a delicious meal or having a good laugh with friends, and then, out of nowhere, hic. Yep, the infamous hiccup strikes again. It's one of those things that catches us off guard every time. But have you ever wondered what hiccups really are? Why do they happen when you least expect it? Well, today we'll explore this quirky and sometimes annoying world of hiccups. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be a hiccup expert. So, what exactly are hiccups? Think of your diaphragm as the star of the show. It's a dome-shaped muscle that sits right under your lungs. Most of the time, your diaphragm works like a champ, helping you breathe in and out without you even noticing. But sometimes it decides to throw a little tantrum. When this happens, the diaphragm suddenly contracts, causing you to take a quick, sharp breath. What happens next? That sudden breath causes your vocal cords to close up fast, making that classic hic sound. It's like your body's own built-in alarm system, only this one's more surprising than alarming. In a way, hiccups are just your diaphragm throwing a little party, though not always the kind of party you'd want to attend. Now that we know what hiccups are, let's talk about why we get them. Have you ever wondered why your diaphragm suddenly acts up? You might be surprised to learn that there are a ton of reasons your diaphragm might decide to start hiccuping. For instance, have you ever wolfed down your food too fast? Maybe because you were super hungry. Eating quickly can cause you to swallow air along with your food, which can irritate your diaphragm and, you guessed it, cause hiccups. But that's not all. Fizzy drinks are another big trigger. The carbonation in soda can expand your stomach, putting pressure on your diaphragm. This can lead to those pesky hiccups, especially if you're guzzling down your favorite soda. And what about spicy foods? They can irritate the lining of your stomach or esophagus, which can in turn irritate your diaphragm. Ever had a hiccup after munching on a hot pepper? That's why? Then there are the more unexpected causes, like excitement, stress, or even getting a sudden fright. It's as if your body is so surprised it can't help but hiccup. So really, hiccups can be triggered by all sorts of things, from what you eat and drink to how you feel. Your diaphragm is just a little sensitive sometimes. Okay, let's get a bit scientific, but don't worry, it's all pretty cool. Hiccups are all about nerve signals. The main player here is the phrenic nerve. This nerve runs from your neck to your diaphragm and is responsible for making your diaphragm contract so you can breathe. But if something irritates the phrenic nerve, whether it's a fizzy drink, stress, or even a change in temperature, it can send a signal to your diaphragm to contract suddenly. And that's when you get a hiccup. Another nerve that can get involved is the vagus nerve. This one is a bit more complicated. It's involved in your body's rest and digest system and controls a bunch of things, like your heart rate and digestion. Sometimes the vagus nerve can also get irritated, and when it does, it can mess with your diaphragm's rhythm, leading to hiccups. So hiccups are basically your body's way of saying, hey, something's off. It's like a tiny, involuntary reaction that happens when your nerves send mixed signals to your diaphragm. But here's the good news. In most cases, it's completely harmless. Did you know there are some fun facts about hiccups? Did you know that the world record for the longest case of hiccups belongs to a man named Charles Osborne? He started hiccuping in 1922 and didn't stop until 68 years later in 1990. Imagine trying to get through life with that. And here's something even wilder. Hiccups aren't just a human thing. Animals get them too. Cats, dogs, and even rabbits can experience hiccups. It's a reminder that hiccups are just a part of life, no matter who or what you are. And get this, babies hiccup even before they're born. Scientists think that fetal hiccups might be a way for babies to practice breathing movements while they're still in the womb. So if you ever hear a pregnant woman mention that her baby is hiccuping, now you know why. Who knew such a small thing could have such an interesting background, right? Hiccups might be annoying, but they've got some fascinating stories behind them. There are also some superstitions about hiccups. According to popular superstition, these pesky hiccups could be more than just a bodily quirk. One belief suggests that when you hiccup, someone somewhere is remembering or talking about you. Others say that hiccups might be an omen, signaling that unexpected news, good or bad, could be on its way. And if you're about to go on a journey, some cultures even warn that hiccups might be a sign of bad luck, hinting at potential mishaps during your trip. Could there be more to hiccups than meets the eye? Now, what do you do when you're stuck with hiccups that just won't go away? Well, people have been coming up with remedies for centuries, and while some might seem a bit odd, many have worked for generations. Have you ever tried holding your breath to get rid of hiccups? This increases the carbon dioxide in your blood, which might help your diaphragm reset and stop those hiccups. Another popular method is drinking a glass of water. The idea is to shock your diaphragm into relaxing. And what about getting scared? Some people swear by this method. And while it might sound like an old wives' tale, the sudden shock could actually interrupt the nerve signals causing the hiccups. So if someone jumps out and yells "boo" and it works, you've got a hiccup cure right there. Other remedies include eating a spoonful of sugar, sucking on a lemon, or even gently pulling on your tongue. These methods work by stimulating the vagus nerve, which might help reset your diaphragm. Remember, everyone's body is different, so what works for one person might not work for another. But most hiccups will go away on their own, so don't stress if your first try doesn't do the trick. Just keep calm and try another method. So we know that hiccups are usually harmless, but are they ever dangerous? In most cases, the answer is no. Hiccups are just a minor inconvenience, and they usually go away on their own after a few minutes. But if you ever find yourself hiccuping for more than 48 hours straight, it's time to see a doctor. Prolonged hiccups, called chronic hiccups, can be a sign of an underlying health issue, such as nerve damage or gastrointestinal problems. But is there any way that hiccups could be beneficial? Well, some scientists believe that hiccups might serve as a leftover reflex from our evolutionary past, perhaps a way to help clear air from our stomachs, or even a method to reset our breathing patterns. It's still a bit of a mystery. In rare cases, chronic hiccups might indicate a more serious condition, so it's always good to be aware of your body. But for the most part, hiccups are just one of those quirky things our bodies do, like sneezing or yawning. They might not be beneficial in a big way, but they're certainly part of the human experience. So there you have it, the mystery of hiccups solved. Next time you get those sudden hiccups, you'll know exactly what's happening inside your body, and you'll have a few tricks up your sleeve to make them go away. Thanks for joining me on this hiccup-filled journey. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this video helpful, and subscribe for more fun and fascinating stories. And hey, if you've got any fun hiccup stories or remedies that work for you, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you've tried. See you in the next video.